Hi, I'm Marty with Quietwoods RV. I got your fifth wheel here, and I'm going to show you all the things that I can show you on this particular unit. You do have a light up front here, and the switch for that light is located in this compartment right here. You see that light go on and off. So if you want to know how to turn that on, then right there it is. Down here is another light, so that if you're hooking it up at night, you can turn that light on and off. You got two venters on the side here, and that's because your batteries are located up front through here as well, one on each side. This particular unit, they come with two batteries because of all the 12 volt stuff that runs off here. Your hydraulic legs like that, as well as your rooms, so that you need the two batteries themselves. Everything runs all through the 12 volt system, and then your converter will also charge your batteries up. You do have your spare tire located up in here as well. And you do have a disconnect switch for your batteries located in this compartment too as well, which is right up here, a little red key on and off. So if you were ever going to store your trailer, this is where you're going to shut your battery off. Boom. Now you won't run your batteries dead. Okay. And you can also store all your other fine stuff up beside there. Your tripod, if you ever decide to use one. Tripod basically is used underneath the kingpin to stabilize your trailer a little bit more. Some people use them, some people never use them. Your first slide out room here is what they call a Swintech room. You can tell a Swintech room because of the gearing that it has on both sides of the trailer here. Some of the trailers will have the rams that slide them out. This unit has what they call a Swintech room. Has motor driven on both sides of the room itself, and then we're located up into these H columns. This unit has two different styles of slide out rooms on them, the Swintech room and the hydraulic rooms. This is your data plate on here. It tells you the date that your trailer was manufactured as well as the weight capacities. Your VIN number also tells you the size of your tires and the pressure that's in the tires. You have your switch right here, runs your landing legs. Raise and lower that to get onto your kingpin when you're backing it up. In this door here, you have your two 30-pound propane cylinders. On this particular system, you have a regulator that you can set to go off one tank or the other. If you can see this little arrow here, it's pointing at this tank here. And if I was to turn that over, it's now pointing at this tank. So you always want it pointing at one tank or the other. You can see it's red right now inside here. If I was to open this tank up, it would turn green. It's telling me that there's gas in the system and the system is full. Once it turns red like this, the tank that it's pointing to, it's telling you that that's the tank that's empty. It would automatically take the gas out of here, providing that this tank is open. And all you want to do is flip this gauge over, it'll turn green. Now you can take this tank out and go have it filled. Never interrupt your service. If you were to point it straight down like that, now you're taking gas out of both cylinders at the same time, and when it runs empty, they're both empty. So you always want to go one or the other. In here is storage running all the way through. You have a tool in here. If for some reason your batteries failed, you could be able to crank your slide outs in with this tool here. And I'll show you where to plug that in once we get to that point. Hopefully you never have to use that, but at least it's in here. You also have a water closet over here. Basically the water closet tells you where all the water comes into. Down through the bottom here is where all the hoses would come through if you're lawn camping. You stick your garden hose up through here, and this is where you hook your city water to. If you were just going camping, let's say at the state park, and you wanted fresh water, this is where you'd hook your freshwater tank. Then you wouldn't need to run your garden hose here. Plug it right into here, fill your freshwater tank. When it's full, unhook it, and you're good to go. Up here is your black water tank flush. Once you go back, let's say you get ready to go home, you go to the dump station, you hook your hose on here. As when you pull the black water valve, this will flush your black water tank. They're all clearly labeled as to which one it takes care of. You have an outside shower out here. Let's say you want to shower outside, or you want to hose your boots off or anything else. Boom, you got that right there. This is your bypass system for your water heater. A bypass system is your water heater has either a 6-gallon or a 10-gallon or a 12-gallon capacity, but you don't want to put that much antifreeze into your system. So you turn that bypass system and it will not allow any water or antifreeze to get into that water heater. And you can probably winterize the camper with 2 gallons of antifreeze instead of 8 gallons. So that's why the bypass is on there. In the bypass mode, nothing get in the water heater. For summer use, turn it down to normal. Now the water heater will fill itself up. This switch right here is coming from the pump. To winterize your camper, they utilize your demand pump. And this hose right here, you take the cover off the end here, stick this into your gallon antifreeze, turn this hose here to on, and when you turn your demand pump, it will now pull the antifreeze through your system. And by you opening up all the coals first until you get antifreeze out, and then doing all your hots, you don't have to come right through here. You don't have to find your pump or anything. When you're done, flip this back over, put your cap on, wipe everything up, and you're good to go. It's a much faster and safer way of winterizing it. Like I say, do not forget to do your outside shower. This is your water heater. This is either a 10 or a 12-gallon water heater. This is a gas electric water heater. You can run it on gas or electric or both at the same time. To run it on the gas side, there's a switch on the inside, which I'll show you once we get in there. That'll turn the gas side on. To run the electric side, you always want to pull this pressure relief valve and make sure that you get water to run out of here first. Once you get water to run out of, you know your water heater is full of water, then you go ahead and flip the switch down here to on. Once you turn it on, hour and a half, you'll have hot water. The thermostats set on here are set at 130 degrees. You can change those out to 140, to 150, or you can also go down to 120. Depending on your demands. This being a 12-gallon water heater, you're going to have a lot more hot water. Back here is exhaust port for your furnace. This does get really hot, so be careful again, not to lay any lawn chairs or anything up against that. Down below, over here is where your dump valve system is. These are the 2 valves here, one black one gray one, and then a gray one over there. That's where you're going to hook the your dump system out, your dump hose out. You always want to do the black water first. Pull the black water valve, let that run. Once that's done, use your black flusher. Boom, you're done with that. Close that up and then do the grays. The grays will then clean out your sewer hose for you and you're good to go there. Generally on a trailer this size, the capacity is usually 40 to 45 gallons. There is a monitor system inside here that'll tell you how full your system is getting once you get going. Another slide out room. Basically what I tell everybody to back your trailer into a site, give yourself 4 feet of room from the regular trailer so that you know your slide out come in there. So if you backed in, all of a sudden there's a tree standing there, you know your slide ain't gonna open all the way. You'll have to move your trailer one way or the other. So that's always a good theory. Give yourself 4 feet. You'll have plenty of room here. This has the hydraulic rooms on it. Pushing a button on this until they run all the way out. These particular slide outs have the slide out topper covers already installed onto them. So basically you just have to buy this canvas for them and they'll slide right on there. There's no other mechanisms you have to have on them. This is a 50 amp power cord service. Again, 30 feet of power cord. And this is the 50 amp, which is the 4 prongs. We do throw in what they call a dog bone. We get you from 50 down to a 30. A 30 is basically the 3 prongs. And then we also throw in another adapter to get you from 30 down to, if you want to plug it in on your garage at home. The 30 will run everything. The 110 is going to have a hard time running the air conditioners and stuff like that. But you can at least power up the lights and stuff like that. This slide out does not come out that far, but at least you're getting a habit of running your trailer so that you give you 4 feet of room when you back your trailer in. This vent is for over the range. And this little hole here is one of them holes where I told you that rod, if you couldn't get your slide outs in, This is where you'd put that rod in there and you could manually crank these rooms back in. That's what that little hole's for. This trailer is also built, already wired up for a backup camera on it. Basically, there's 2 screws on there. You pull that little plastic cover off. The camera will then plug in. There's wires already there. Plug the camera in, mount it back up in there. And when you plug your trailer into your truck and turn your running lights on, that camera is now powered up. The monitor will sit right on your dash and you're good to go. This does have the hookup system here. If you wanted to have, let's say, bikes, a bike rack or something that you want to bring with you, that'll slide right into here as well. This does have the electric jacks. Just by pushing the leg button here, it's a scissor jacks that'll come down one side and the other side all at the same time. This will run the back, and there's one for the run the front. And once it feels the pressure, then it will actually pick up together then. Okay, you have the ladder to get yourself up to the roof. These roofs have a one-piece solid rubber roof on it, as well as do the slide-outs. It's one-piece rubber from the front to the back. There's no seams whatsoever that you have to get up there and seal every year. It's basically the very front seam, the sides, and then around the vents. They do want you to get up there periodically, check to make sure that nothing has fallen off, poked a hole in it or stuff like that, or that one of the vents ain't coming loose. They do make self-leveling silicone that you can buy to seal it right back down. Again, another one of those holes to run them rooms in. This is where that other crank handle would go. This one here would actually run that room over on that side, and that one on the other side would actually run this room in. It's because the rams are both differently. You got the assist handle on this one. This is the longer assist handle. And then you have your steps, which have the adjusters on it. And then you have your door, screen door, little slider, and then your locks. You have 2 locks on this door, the handle lock and the deadbolt lock. We have master keys that allow us to get through the handle part of it. If for some reason we had to come do service work, and if you just lock the handle lock, we have master keys to get through that. If you deadbolt it, you're the only one that has the keys for those. If you should happen to need a new set of keys, this is the key code that you're going to want to use. And here's storage. There also is a little electric refrigerator in here. So you want to keep some soda or some water or some beer out here. That's just electric one out here. Got a TV mount bracket on the wall here, so if you want to watch TV outside instead of sitting in the camper all day, mount it right out here, plug it on here, and you have your park cable hookup out here. And you also have an outside outlet too as well. Outside speakers, and then your other side storage compartment, which runs all the way through. You have an inverter located up front here, and basically you can turn that on just to run everything that's 12 volt off your inverter. And then you have your light switch in here side as well. And then more storage. They do make a hook on here if you want to tie your dog so you have a place to run around in. And then a solar panel. Okay, we're ready to go to the inside. Now this unit has many slide outs, so they have many buttons on this particular unit. Up on this plate here, you can see they have 4 controls on here. The very first one will run your awning in and out, and then it'll run your slide out, the other slide out, and the other slide out. There's actually another slide out, but that control is controlled in the front bedroom. They try to keep these so close so that if once you start ready to slide this room out, they don't want you just to not be able to see your bedroom. They want you to be able to be close to your bedroom or be close to where you're running the slide out so that you can hear if there's something grabbing or if there's something hooking. If we were to go ahead and run this slide and these doors were open, it would catch this door and it would rip this door right off. So they want you to be able to be close enough so that you can actually stop before you do any damage to your camper. So that's why they got all these buttons located right here. Many light switches up in here as well. And then your monitor system. Your battery, your fresh, and grays, and your galleys. And then you got your water pump switch, your water heater, which is the gas side, and then your water tank heater. The tank heater basically is a heater they put underneath the bottom of your gray tank, your black tank, and your freshwater tank, so that if you wanted to use this in a cooler climate, that heater would actually keep your water from freezing in them tanks. That's what them heaters are for. This unit has 2 thermostats on it, and they're located right here next to each other. The first thermostat will run the air conditioner back here as well as the furnace up here. Back here. Just by pushing that button, you can go ahead and find your source here. It goes to fan, high, low, cool, and then it goes to heat. And you just set your temperature on that one. The second thermostat here runs just the upper air. It'll run the air conditioner up in the upper bedroom. So let's say you wanted a little cooler up there, you can set the thermostat for that one. And this one here, you want it a little warmer. It doesn't have to be as warm. You can set that one. So they're independent of each other. That's why the 2 thermostats. Everything and the tables are all secured down for travel purposes. Once you get to where you are, pop the little clips off, and you move stuff around as you want to. These lights up in here, basically finding all your light switches. Same thing with the ones on the ceiling here. Little push buttons. Your refrigerator has many travel locks on it as well, but basically everything around off this one is just electric. But for travel purposes, once you get it ready to go, they want you to pull these slides over and lock everything back up on there so that the doors cannot open themselves during travel. Same thing with your freezer. You can see these have little travel locks on them as well. This particular unit does have an ice maker in it, so when you are winterizing, do not forget to winterize your ice maker. There is a pamphlet inside the one of the doors here that shows you how to get your ice maker to run ice through, or run antifreeze through it. And then you have your pantry here, which has some more travel locks on it. And again, you want to get used to using these because of the fact that these do have magnets on there, but all of a sudden you hit a big bump and you're going down the road, all of a sudden this door comes a jar like that. And you go to run that room out and all of a sudden it catches this, it'll rip that door completely off. So you always want to get used to using your straps. Your stove has a 3 burner on top. And basically you go ahead, turn it on, and when you got your sparkler, it'll light up for you. Your oven, basically you turn that to oven on, hold the pilot in, burner tube runs right down the center underneath here, and the pilot is on the right hand side towards the back. Holding it on this, holding your light underneath there until it lights. After it lights, hold this an additional 20 seconds, let up on it, and then you can go ahead and set your temperature setting and use it. This does have lights right up top here to light the knobs up for you. And this does have storage underneath it too as well. It's not a broiler, just storage. standard microwave. And then you have your TV and stuff like that up through here. Stereo underneath here, fireplace. And then you have an exit window back there. To use your exit window, you just want to pull the two red clips together, lift it up, and crawl out to safety that way. It does have the USB charging ports on both sides of the couch here, as well as up in the front bedroom up there. This couch does fold into a bed. Basically, you pull the cushions off it, and you can just go ahead and fold it right over, and it'll fold right up into a bed. The chairs are recliners, and there are little buttons right on the side here. You can see it on that one and right on this one. By pulling on those when you're sitting in there, it'll pull. You can recline those right in there, and you don't need any more room on the wall. They're good that way. Cup holders. Okay. Down here is your distribution panel for your power. Basically, everything comes into here first, all the 110 side and the 12 volt side. Everything from here on up is all 110. They got the two mains right in the center because it's a 50 amp trailer, and half on this side and half on this side. And they're all labeled as to what they take care of. Everything from down here is all 12 volt, and they're all labeled here as to what they take care of. Generally, the lights. If a fuse does burn out, there's a little red LED or a little light that'll pop on and say, "I'm the fuse that's burnt out." And that's the one you're going to want to change out. So it doesn't hurt to have yourself some 15 amp fuses, stick them in the drawer. Your gas leak detector is hardwired and is located right underneath here. It has a little green light on there. And then your smoke detector is up on the ceiling, which has a 9 volt battery in that one. You want to change that out periodically. You have another bedroom in here. Basically, you can use this as a bedroom. You can use it just as another place to watch TV. It does make a couch. Otherwise, this top bunk does fold right down quick and easily. And another exit window if you should happen to need it. Or you can just use it as a window. And this also does fold into a bed itself, just like the back one. Folds down once, boom. Closet in here. And it does have the USB charging ports as well as a place for your TV to hook up to. And we go upstairs. You have a bunk above that. And that has the ladder that pops out into the hallway to help get up there. And then you have your bathroom. Now your bathroom is where your GFI reset is going to be located. Just like the one you're going to have at home in your bathroom is where you're going to come in there and test those out periodically. It does have a vent on the ceiling, and to open and close that vent is a little button on the side here. On and off switch, and the toilet, basically same thing. Step on it, brings water or antifreeze in. Step on it all the way, opens the valve and dumps everything down. And then we have your front bedroom, your master bedroom. This master bedroom has its own slide out switch, which is located on the wall right here, and that just runs just this room, this being the Swintech room. The thing with a Swintech room is they want you to get in the habit of when you start running your Swintech room, just keep your finger on the button and hold it till it runs all the way in. If it starts going out, run it all the way out. Because of the fact that there's motors on both sides of them rooms and they're set together. So if you start running one end and all of a sudden you took your finger off the button, they have a chance to work one a little different and your room gets off track. So that's why they say if you start running it, run it all the way in, and hold it an additional second. And after it gets in, then you let go of it. Same thing, when you go all the way out, hold it, until it goes all the way out, and then an additional second, and then let go of it. That's the difference between a swing tech room. Then you always want to check to make sure that there's a good seal. You always put your finger between the wall and make sure you can feel the rubber in there and that's nice and tight. This particular unit is equipped for washer and dryer hookups. It does have the water lines right here, the red and blue. So if you don't have a washer and dryer, you still have to winterize these water points here. Even though you never use them, they're just going to have water to that point. So bring an antifreeze jug in here. Make sure you get something to come out of there. Antifreeze come through there. You have your USB charging ports here on this side, and you also have your cable hookup on this side too as well. And these just travel. You can see it has little locks on it for traveling, for going down the road. And that's basically your trailer.